continued coverage at Big Ten Football Media Days at Lucas Oil Stadium. I almost said Camp Randall Stadium in Indianapolis. I'm Alex Strouf with you. Excited to be joined now by senior inside linebacker for the Badgers. Jake Chaney joins me now. And Jake, we were just talking off the air a little bit. Your first experience at Big Ten Media Days, seeing all the suits, all the interviewees and interviewers. What's this experience been like so far for you in Indy? I know you guys got in yesterday.
Yeah, it's been real nice. I got to meet up with ex-teammate. I got to see Tanner Bordolini last night. I was really excited about that. It's nice seeing some of the guys from other teams, connecting, talking about it. It's a small world. You might have something in common that you'll never know, but it's been a nice experience so far.
So you talk about meeting guys from other teams, right?
Yep.
Like, obviously we're not on the field. There's no shoulder pads on, so I imagine there's no animosity.
No.
It's got to be pretty sweet to connect with guys throughout this what is now a massive Big Ten with 18 teams. But it's got to be cool to meet some of those other guys you'll be lining up against later this fall.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day we're all football players.
Right.
If they were decided to come to Wisconsin in a different alternate reality, we'll probably be friends. It's a small world. I don't think anybody's here to try to prove a point or try to, little dog somebody. So, I think it's been a real good experience so far.
The only point anybody's trying to make here is fashion statements, right?
Yeah.
Like we're all dressed to the nines out here. I mean, you've got me beat with the tie and the coat. But
oh, yeah.
How much effort did you put into the outfit creation for today? And did you get any advice? Are you calling up? I don't know if you have sisters or your mom or whoever, right? How did we get to this?
So we have a suit guy at the stadium.
Oh, no
right,
kidding.
Who kind of works with the team and works with ADs and all that stuff. And so basically I went in there and there's everything laid out, every type of material, texture, color laid out. And then I'm trying to talk through it, and then eventually I'm like, bro, you just pick me out an outfit. And I'm like, he's like, all right, sure. He was sharp looking dude. And pick me out this outfit. I love it. So I'm happy with my decision.
Dude, that's a great story. So I didn't realize you had an on-site suit guy. So you just walked in and you're like, dude, just make me look nice, please.
Yeah. And I didn't want to be in there for 2 hours trying to pick out an outfit when I have no type of fashion in me.
I don't either. This is my best effort today. I've got blue slacks and a button-up shirt.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, you're right. I appreciate you, Jake. So let's talk last season before we get into this upcoming season, because I think the story for you last year, right, was it was and obviously 2 years ago you got some good reps, but last year you were really thrown into a starting role for 75% of the season. So how comfortable did you feel towards the end of the season? I know you had a really big bowl game against LSU, at least in the stat sheet. Mm-hmm. How more comfortable did you get in a first-year defense a year ago?
I definitely believe that, at first I was a little, I would say a little shaky. I thought I was confident, but, when the guns start flying, kind of now you really know where you were. But, you trust the process, you trust the coaches, you trust your film, you trust your practice, and then all that stuff leads up to you getting ready, getting comfortable for the game. And, I truly believe this year it's a true level of comfort and belief in the system we're running, because I truly believe that defense is universal. Everybody runs the same thing. It's just little tweaks and adjustments and when something's called. But at the end of the day, everybody runs the same thing. But now I truly believe I have a understanding of Coach Trest's mind and understanding of Coach Fickell's defensive philosophy where, we can embrace the type of team we want to be.
Yeah, when you landed at Wisconsin, your head coach was not defensive-minded, and now you have a defensive-minded head coach. How different has that been when you have your leader is a defensive-minded guy? Does that change things for you?
Yeah, I would say I think it's everywhere. I talked to Towie, and he was at Oklahoma with Venables, and I think the program turns a little more aggressive, a little bit more strain going on through the program. But then you talk to somebody like Chaz at Clemson. I don't mistake me. I think Dabo's offensive-minded coach.
Great coach, yeah.
Yeah, and, now it's a little bit – we're working more towards the offense. We're making sure we get these reps. But, I truly believe that, when you can have a piece of the head coach mind, have a piece of the head coach philosophy with you, that's when you can start playing a little bit more confident in the scheme things. And, Coach Vic pushes us to understand, the fundamentals of what's going on, and situational football and all of that stuff, and that I truly believe that builds a great defense, and hopefully this year we have a great defense.
Jake Chaney with us here at Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis. I think that's a fascinating answer because obviously when you go through the transition that all three of you guys here today went through, right, with Paul Christ leaving and then Jim Leonard, obviously your DC at the time, was the leader, and then you move on to Coach Vic. That transition's weird, man. Right? Like it's unique. But all three of you guys that are here today, Jack, Hunter, and yourself, all decided to stay put and work underneath head coach Luke Fickell. Why was that so important to you, Jake?
I mean, I can guarantee you that, I know for Hunter and Jack for sure, they're Wisconsin through and through guys. Being from Florida, it's hard to expect somebody like me to be a Wisconsin through and through guy, but I truly believe the locker room and culture here is something different. I don't think a lot of people experience the type of culture we have in college football. I think there's really something special about Wisconsin, and to be honest, win, lose, or draw, I want to be at Wisconsin.
Yeah, I love that answer, man. You can tell you bleed Badger red, and that's exciting going into the 2024 season. You mentioned year two under defensive coordinator Tress, and obviously Fickell, as we mentioned. I asked you about comfortability last season as you got more implemented into the defense. How about another full off season and now heading into another regular season? Both you and the group around you, do you feel like there's more of an understanding and a level of comfortability?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I truly believe we understand what we are, what we're trying to accomplish, and the type of mentality we have going in as a defense. Same thing with the offense. I truly believe that a year under Coach Longo, is going to make the offense way better. And the thing about it is, both Coach Fickell and Longo comes from different conferences. And, maybe they needed a little adjustment to the type of football being played in the Big Ten. Now we're taking a huge step from people growing and evolving. The game is always evolving. And now we truly have an identity and a philosophy that we can stick with and attack other teams with.
All right, so I'm going to tell you something and then ask you something I've never said to anybody or asked anybody. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I really enjoyed listening to you speak. You seem very intelligent. Did you take the ACT in high school?
Don't ask me my ACT.
I got to know.
Dude.
Was it bad?
Dude. To be honest, I am a football guy.
Yeah, I can tell you have a high football IQ, clearly.
Outside of football, I don't, we could talk about anything other than football, and it seemed like you're talking to a wall. I hope my roommate Riley doesn't hear this, but I can't tell you my ACT score.
Okay.
Because it will.
Can I at least guess?
Okay, go ahead.
If I get it right, you'll tell me?
Yes.
23.
No. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. But you're a personal finance major.
Yes.
Are you good at that?
I'll say I'm good at it.
Okay.
I got to give a shout-out to my the dude I'm doing my internship with, Chris Anicetti. Great guy.
Yeah.
He runs Oak Bridge Wealth Management. I didn't have any real-world experience with personal finance or being a financial planner or a manager, but, being under his wing, it taught me a lot. And I really appreciate that.
That's a well-deserved shout-out right there.
I had to give him a shout-out.
All right, last big football question for you because I'm always fascinated. I was talking to Jack Nelson earlier who it's a similar thing, right? Like there's three positions at Wisconsin that have like this deep-rooted history, a ton of guys in the NFL. That would be running back, offensive line, and linebacker.
Yep.
What does it mean to you, and who have you learned from during your time at Wisconsin that has you ready and all fired up to be a real leader in this linebacker room this year?
I always, I got recruited here because I was supposed to be the next Chris Orr. I got a lot of Chris Orr comparisons.
Yeah.
And, I got a lot of respect for Chris Orr. I love Chris Orr.
I love that answer.
I still talk to him to this day. You look up to guys like that. But, it's different when he's already out the room. But being in a room with somebody like Jack Sanborn, you dream about being like Jack Sanborn. Like, how you walk through the facility, how you go through practice, what you do on game day. And, he's kind of a, somebody that's not appreciated that much, that who kind of went under the radar because he went undrafted. But, I truly believe that he might be, the biggest role model of my time since I've been here.
I love that. I'm going to give you a Chris Orr-ism as I send you off, though.
Okay.
Shorten some necks, split some wigs this season.
Sounds
Jake.
like Chris Orr.
Yes,
Sounds
it is.
like Chris Orr.
Appreciate your time, my guy.
All right. Thank you.